Hey, Stacey Chaos. Thanks a lot for the shout out that I did not get. No, I'm totally kidding with you. I don't really comment on your videos or talk to you that much. Make a couple comments here and there. I should because your videos are darn good. But yeah, I just wanted to respond. That's a pretty good story. And you know what? Stuck it to her right there. Um, and just want to talk about, I guess, friendship and trust. And share a story of my own because I really do appreciate my true friends also. you know when I was young, I think it was 7th 8th grade, around there. I think it was during the summer. I was friends, and then I liked this one girl. I'm not going to name any names, because most of the people I'm talking about are people that go to my same high school, so I don't want to be talking, saying names or whatever. But yeah, I liked her and whatever. She liked me, and I still to this day kind of think I was led on, or she realized I was weird while I dated her for that short period of time. I'm not sure which, but that was pretty weird. Um, but and she did not appreciate that. So basically, she dated me for 4 days, but yeah, and then she broke up with me and really didn't explain why. Except I don't think this is working out, and talking to other people, like, what do I say? What do I say? And I was kind of pissed off about that. I'm just like, if you're gonna break up with me, at least do it when you're not at a freaking party with a bunch of people. It's not cool, but whatever. And then, I was okay with it, kind of. A little upset because then she started talking crap about me. And, but she said she quote unquote still loved me as a friend. And then eventually she just started saying she hated me and started talking bad things about me and claiming that I was abusive towards her, which I assure you I was not. There was a time when she would try to crawl on top of me when I didn't even really like her back then, or admit that I liked her, and I would push her off, and she considered that to be abusive or whatever. And so yeah, then everybody started saying that I was abusive, and telling me that I'm a woman beater or whatever, and that really ticked me off. So basically I was just pissed off all the time. Not to mention people started calling me wigger or whatever. And anybody who knows me knows that I hate that word so much. There are a couple of friends who have used it, and as long as just making fun, just being funny. And those people kind of know who they are, and I don't really care that much as long as it's in good fun. But for the most part, if someone uses that word, especially seriously or insulting, I hate it so much. And I know a couple juggalos have used it, and if I hear a juggalo use it, I'll just go up to them, straight up, or I'll just tell them straight up, that's not cool. Don't be calling people that. Don't judge people like that, man. I thought we were supposed to be accepting. And which reminds me, you know what? You're right about that. People shouldn't just help someone just because of the hatchet. There, a lot of people out there, a lot of my good friends, they're not labeled juggalo. They don't label themselves a juggalo. They don't wear any of it. They might not. They don't even listen to music. But they act more. They have that juggalo mentality, I guess, more than a lot of actual juggalos. They have that sort of mentality of looking out for their friends, and looking out for those they care for, and just look and treating those around them not like strangers. Looking out for people that other people don't want anything to do with. A lot of people like that. So I think it's not about whether someone's wearing the hatchet, man. You should help somebody whether or not somebody's a juggalo, because that's not the important thing. Being a juggalo isn't the important thing. It's having the mentality of acceptance, of tolerance. And if we're going to be accepting and tolerance, that means accepting people that hate ICP's music, accepting people that aren't juggalos, accepting people who think that ICP is the dumbest band in the world. We need to accept them anyway. Now, I'm not saying take crap from them. I'm not saying, take crap from a juggalo hater, but we need to accept them even though they're not into what we are. If they don't accept us, I understand that they don't want to be accepted by us. But if someone hates ICP, that doesn't mean we should hate them just because they don't like the music. You understand? So it's kind of that whole thing of we shouldn't just look out for those who are juggalos. We need to look out for everybody because that's what tolerance is about, and that's what being a juggalo is about. Looking out for people you care about. But yeah, kind of going on with the story too, and then like one guy that I thought was my best friend, once again not gonna say his name, he started like kind of staying away from me. Like whenever I would talk to him, he'd just be like, "Oh, hey," and like walk away or something. Like I'd be like, "Hey, dude, what's up? Hi," and like would not really talk to me. Like every time I talk to him, he'd give me like short answers or whatever. And I try to ask him what's up, and he's like, "You always do this. You always do this. You always ask me what's up." And then he was telling this same thing that he does this to another friend of mine, and then he did the same thing to that other friend after telling him that that's what he does. And then this other dude that he's like one of my best friends. He actually went to a Dark Lotus concert with me. Um, and yeah, so he actually went to a Dark Lotus concert with me, even though he's not a juggalo, and like, he was freaked out because of all the weed and stuff. But yeah, and so he was telling me about this, and we started talking like, dude, that's not cool that he's doing this. And so yeah, it's like now I'm like best friends with this kid, and I used to not get along with this kid too. Like we used to like totally. He used to insult me, and I would like yell at him back or whatever, and he would like make fun of me or whatever. And I think it was just because he thought that I hated him, and I thought that he hated me or whatever. And so basically it was that. But then we ended up becoming like best friends, and it's kind of crazy how that all works. And yeah, so you never know who your friend's gonna be, and you never know who's gonna turn on you really. But I think you can also kind of tell who to trust. Like there are people out there, like I've said it in another video, I would literally trust them with my life. People out there, and I think they're afraid to trust me sometimes because I'm not always. Some of them are, just because I'm not always perfect. I don't claim to be. Sometimes I can act like an idiot myself. Sometimes I can make a big mistake and start going off on somebody that I really do care about without even asking them, what's up. But I would say also, just be careful. Like you said with this girl calling you a bitch and then you calling her a bitch or whatever, you sat down and you talked about it. But if you guys just started going at each other, it might have taken a while. Maybe you would have eventually found out, but what if you guys had like been yelling at each other or then started talking crap about each other for like a week or like for a long time, and then you guys would just still hate each other over something that you thought was the case. So really, when you hear something like that, don't believe it. Go up to the person and say, what's up? Did you call me a bitch or something? And by the way, anybody who watches this, I'm sorry if I offended you. I'm just saying what was said. I don't like to use bad language in this just because whatever. I could go into a long explanation why I don't use bad language, even though I think it's okay to use bad language. But that's for another video. But yeah, I think it's just trust is about just trusting those who I guess deserved it, who have proved themselves. I wouldn't trust somebody just for being a juggalo. I wouldn't distrust someone for not being a juggalo. I don't think the hatchet has to do with trust, but it has to do with love, but not trust. And so yeah, I think it's just trusting those who have proven themselves, trusting those that wouldn't do anything bad to you, or even if they would do it off of like they wouldn't continue something. Like they wouldn't hate you for like, but they might get mad at you once. Do you understand? Like, or they wouldn't turn their back on you when it's most important. There's a lot of things. And yeah, I know guys that I might hang out with them, I might say what's up to them, but I know I couldn't trust them. I know that the moment something bad happens, the moment somebody turns their back on me, they turn their back right with them. So I think that's really what it is. It's just about being careful who you trust. Don't not trust nobody, but be careful who you trust. But yeah, and and if you ever want to talk, you can hit me up. Yeah. Much Wicked Clown love. Peace.